do that, there's going to be consequences.
Look at the
That's
lease agreement that they did with Sauce, and then look at the other restaurants in this city, and you tell me if we're business friendly.
Do you not believe in business incentives? You're talking about being business friendly.
But I've never a return.
To me,
how's that business sense, Judge?
How do you know that there's not going to be a return?
Because it's $350 rent, brother, on a $300,000 investment.
That was a short term.
No, it was not.
Okay. How are you going to be business friendly? Yes, it is.
That's not business friendly. That
Well, what
is
is?
that
What-
is
what's the-
spending money frivolously on stuff with no return. There is no investor in
that
this
was not
city.
the city of London. That was tourism.
You guys on city council
We passed the
approved.
lease.
Yes, you did. Don't put this on tourism.
No, it is
You on
tourism.
city
They
council
were
did it.
responsible for it.
Brother-
The money came from tourism.
Again,
You need to get your facts straight.
that is a fact straight. There was a lease agreement drawn
Yeah, but you're missing the words.
with no return investment. Am I not correct?
You're half true.
No, am I not correct, Judge?
No, you're not.
So what did I lie about?
You're not full.
Judge, tell me what I
I
lied
didn't
about.
say you lied about anything. I think you're misinformed.
No,
And I
sir,
think you're
I seen the lease.
misinformed on a lot of things. The lease is fine. We passed the lease. But whose property was it? Who was renting the property? It was for tourism, not with the city. But
So let me
again,
explain
go-
that to you.
again, go
So
back
they
just a
lease
minute.
that out to the tourism, and the city owns the property. The city council passed the lease agreement.
Just like the
And
park.
here is the accountability that we need. No business person will ever do an investment on a property of $300,000 with not even a 20-year return on it, at least 3%. You'll never reach the potential of that property with the current lease agreement that they hold with these individuals. That's what I'm talking about. And the facts prove what they are.
You're missing some timeline. But anyway, to go back to your original question, business owners in downtown, the empty buildings, we have to have investment. Now, we have tried desperately to work with the state on incentives. We've got bits and pieces along the way, but nothing solid. We need more incentive. But we truly need business owners to come down, not buy a building and let it sit and put a billboard on it. We need investors to come in and buy these buildings and redo them and put them to use.
I can't even speak to the sauce situation because I don't know all the details, but I do understand how the funds work. And you're correct. $350 a month is not a lot of returns on that building. But you also have to look at it this way. You know, our downtown is not anything like it was 10 years ago. I'll tell you that.
And I agree with
and,
you.
you know,
I agree, but you don't make bad investments.
Hear me out. Okay? The City Tourism Commission, which I don't even think should exist, if I'm going to be honest, I think the restaurant tax bill is kind of stupid. I was an opponent of that when it first came out before I could even vote. So I'm really not apt to having any taxes unnecessarily. I don't think that an organization with zero transparency should have free reign to a $4 million budget because that's what they are. Let's be honest. We don't need to be spending $80,000 on a Christmas tree, and y'all got all up in arms about that a long time ago, but whatever. So that's not my deal. But I will agree that $300,000 is probably better spent on a business to put money into it to make the building a little better, which is owned by the city. It did improve city property. If the city were to sell that property, Mr. Lovell, they would get their investment out of the building. You have to look at the asset, right? And to say that they're not bringing a return, you know, they're collecting that 3% restaurant tax on every pizza they sell. There's an alcohol tax on every beer they sell. And so, you know, they're bringing other people in. There were tons of people down here just 2 weekends ago or 3 weekends ago for the Red Bud ride. So, you know, I think we need to promote more things like that. But to say that making a bad investment like that was uncalled for, I don't know that that's necessarily the truth because yes, the rent at $350 is not bringing in much money, right? I agree with you. That's kind of low, and I didn't know. But if you look at all the other businesses bringing
and it's
in,
done across America.
it
And
does
if you
kind of
look at
help
any
pay part
city
of
in
that.
America, they give business incentive to certain businesses to bring them in. In this case, we had an empty building that was set, that was a shed. It was a storage facility. Now it is of more value, like Mr. Kirby said, and we can argue the rent all day long. I agree. It's low. It was poorly done. In hindsight, looking back, it was poorly done. But we have increased the value of that property, and that was a city tourism function. So,
And you understand this, right? I mean, you bought a few buildings downtown.
I'm very well versed in commercial property and how that it works, and I never.
What are you going to do, right?
I don't work on what ifs, and as a mayor, I won't work on what ifs. I need, it's what ifs how many pizzas they sell. It's what ifs on how many drinks they sell. But what ain't a what if is whatever I put in that lease agreement. And as a businessman, I need to have a return. I need to be able to justify the money I'm spending for the taxpayers. That's accountability.
Let me say something. It's not all about the dollar, sir. It's about community. Okay? What we do for our community is we go above and beyond. It's not all about the mighty dollar, sir. And your buildings are sitting up there empty as a billboard. So I don't think you have much room to talk about.
I've done told you what that was about.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I mean, it's not necessarily
something I've never heard
our
of.
citizens who are the taxpayers.
I don't buy that.
Right?
It's funny. Everybody's heard about it.
Really?
This is another subject you've not heard about, Judd.
Like who? Tell me who knows about it other than Doug Hill. Tell me. Because this is the first I've heard about it. I disagree with you.
Anybody have any other questions? I mean,